Okay, so I just saw something really interesting, and honestly, I know it's probably something I don't really talk about in terms of my content because most of my content is maybe Gunpla related, but I thought this was pretty important. And honestly, like, and I made a video on like Mecha Break a while back about woke shit. So if you know me, I'm pretty anti woke, and I would feel most people are for the most part, but I am not for the woke shit. I think it's stupid. But so this is Kirsche, I believe it's pronounced. So she's a VTuber I recently just started watching, and honestly, she's very interesting to watch, and she's really funny. So what happened here? It looks like she was what's that thing? She was sponsored by this game called Crime Boss, and long story short, someone tried canceling her because of her political views, which I get, sure, you know, I guess anyone who has like certain views, and especially like with her views, is like, it's her views are different from others. So when people get mad at that, they try to cancel them. And stupid enough, Crime Boss, this game, ended up basically just throwing her out. Just like, okay, they've been doing this for a few times, and they're like for a few years. They've been working with her, and from what I've heard is that she was actually a huge part of making money for them. And from what I heard, she actually wasn't even making that much from the game. Basically the game kind of screwed her over in a lot of times. So they were just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna listen to this one person who wrote an article about her, um, basically calling her a Nazi and stuff like that. And unfortunately, the word Nazi now has been, you know, watered down so much. It's like it's not really effective anymore. So, anyways, they call her that, and long story short, well, let's watch this video.
I wasn't getting paid by in-game or 505. However, I did get affiliate links this year. They were temporary links, and you guys remember even when I got the first link, it wasn't supposed to be temporary, but they ended up shutting it off after a period of time and deciding to not continue the affiliate link program without telling me. So I had been promoting the link, and it was still tracking purchases through the link.
Yeah, pretty crazy. And I think there's a whole YouTube on it. Let me pull this up real quickly. It gets a little more details about it, but let's click on the link right here. Hold on for a minute. And make sure you also follow this page. I also put the link as well for everyone to watch. Here we go.
Kirsche was a sort of unofficial ambassador for her. They weren't paying her to promote this game. She was just a very big fan and brought a lot of people.
They weren't paying me. Like, I wasn't getting any payment from them, but I did this year. I want to make sure I'm being incredibly accurate with story times, right? I did get, I wasn't getting paid by in-game or 505. However, I did get affiliate links this year. They were temporary links, and you guys remember even when I got the first link, it wasn't supposed to be temporary, but they ended up shutting it off after a period of time and deciding to not continue the affiliate link program without telling.
Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, like literally she was just using this link and didn't do shit, basically.
So I had been promoting the link, and it was still tracking purchases through the link. However, I wasn't getting revenue split from it, and I didn't know that it was supposed to have been turned off, but it was still working without the revenue split. And so this was something that I had to deal with in-game with, and they had to go to 505 and talk about it. And so they ended up fixing that situation, thankfully. And then I got a second affiliate link to continue testing this platform with you guys. And at least for that second affiliate link, I was informed, like, this is going to be like I think it was a 2-week long code. I can't remember if it was 1 week or 2 weeks, but it was about 1 or 2 weeks that my code worked, and I was getting a revenue split from every purchase.
Yeah, so pretty much, she was making shit from this. And obviously, I'm sure you guys seen the controversy that, she's been talking about. She's a very controversial person, I guess, overall. But honestly, I really just, to my experience, she honestly just talks common sense. Like, it's not that big deal. But anyways, that video can go on and on. But yeah, no, basically, they cancel her. So, well, let's see how it's going in terms of revenue. I think there's a clip of it. It's pretty funny. Let me see if I can find it. This does, like, all the judgment of, like, what they did as a crime boss. I think Aspen Gold pulls it up. Actually, we can just go on Steam. Why don't we just go on Steam right now? Oh, here we go. this is kind of good. So I went over the Steam one today, and Asmund mentioned it as well. But on the Steam discussion page for Crime Boss City, they have been deleting threads. So they've been doing threads about Kyoshi. And the largest thread was a support of me, was deleted last night. So you can see all this shit. They just delete it. And then, so obviously there's a lot of shit talking about it. And pretty much, yeah, a lot of people stand side with Kyoshi because, like, again, she really loved the game from what I've heard. And, you know, it's imagine, like, that's like if I was sponsored by Gundam and, like, or I guess Bandai to be exact. And, you know, and I love, you know, Gundam and shit like that. And imagine next thing you know, they just drop me. And then they're just throw me away, like, just like that, right? Well, actually, Bandai is a pretty bad example because they'll do that with anyone, really. Let's see, what's a good example? So that's like if, okay, that's like if, like a small game, right? Like just any kind of like indie game that kind of like needs their growth and they're just starting off, and you know, basically they just screw me over. They're just like, okay, well, we're just gonna throw you away, even though I was making them, you know, a ton of money, you know, stuff like that. So something like that overall. I guess that's technically Bandai because I do promote them a lot. In a way, but you know, they don't give me shit. So yeah, kind of like the same idea. Anyways, so let's look what happened is. So the views started here, and then I should probably move myself real quickly. Hold on, maybe move myself over here. There we go. Okay, so then all the growth, boom. Look at that. Oh, that should go on the other side. Damn it. Here we go. So now here, look at that decline as soon as she. Basically, when she was gone, boom, just dropped. It's insane. So literally, you gotta be careful who you know take out of this thing because you know if you kick out the wrong influencer, boom, it's over. So yeah, that's pretty it's pretty bad. And I don't think they're gonna recover from this. I think it's gonna get worse and worse. Here we go. Here's a video.
I completely agree with Asmongold. If you didn't buy the game, please don't leave bad reviews, right? Don't brigade. Only if you bought the game. Only if you spent money. Change your review to negative. Send them emails. Tag them on Twitter. Make sure you know that actual paying customers are upset with their decision. Again, don't be rude. Don't be insulting, right? If I see
Watch, I'm gonna see some like haters. What they're gonna do is they're not gonna even post this clip and post only the first half, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, she's saying to tell people to, you know, do trash on this game." Pretty much, I think that's what's gonna happen.
People insulting them, I'm going to be mad at you. I might ban you. I don't know, but I don't want people to like insult them.
See, at least she's being, you know, like fair about it, right? And like, I think if you buy the game and if you know, if you bought the game because of her, you have every right to review about it. And if, of course, again, if you never play the game. Don't write a review, and because I mean I never played the game, I'm not gonna write a review even though I stand with her. I'm not gonna write a review because I didn't play the game, so I have no rights to say anything. But you know, just from my experience, I think this is really stupid, and I hopefully, you know, with every kind of company these days, I really hope they wake up to this shit. Because like, if you're basically just going like, okay, well, because you know you don't stand by woke shit, okay, well, we're just gonna cancel you. I think this cancel culture needs to be over. I think it's stupid. And honestly, I really hope this company just goes down because that's just really fucked up to do. You know, so that's my personal opinion. But in the end of the day, why does it affect me? It doesn't really affect me that much. But hey, I can at least say that I stand with her. So I agree. I agree with a lot of things, and I hope, yeah, you know, I hope she gets the justice she deserves from this. But yeah. So overall, so you see day 4 is just declining. So yeah, no, she has a huge influence. I think on YouTube she gets about at least like 2,000 to 3,000 views. So she's doing pretty good for herself. She's doing pretty good for herself, I think, overall. So, anyways, let me know in the comments what you think about the whole controversy thing. If you care or not, doesn't matter. I just wanted to post this and just to get you guys kind of, you know, I just wanted to express it, and I just don't give a fuck the shit. Anyways, let me see you guys next video, and peace.
Hey, I was watching that.